What's up, guys? Lone Driver Mike again, bringing you another video. And guys, in this video we're going to talk about GPS navigating to the customer, or the drop-off, or the pickup, or picking up the food, or dropping off the food, or whatever. Uber, Lyft, and food delivery. So I've been actually wanting to make this video for a while. I've just forgot about it. Then, I never had the chance to make it. Things happen. I make other different videos. So like I said, I've been wanting to make this video for a while now. So basically, Uber and Lyft and food delivery drivers like Doordash, Postmates, we are our own boss. So when it comes down to it, we have the right to use whatever navigation system we want. You know what I'm saying? Like, as the customer, I get it. You like Waze, or you like Apple navigation, or whatever it's called. We totally understand that. But when it comes down to it, once you get into our car or whatever, basically it's on us. You know what I'm saying? So just understand that, respect that. If we're used to using Google Maps, I'm used to using Google Maps. I usually never have issues with Google Maps. When I do Uber or Lyft, a lot of people will say, "Oh, use Waze. I like Waze. This and that. It tells you about accidents and this and that." Google does the same thing, guys. When I'm navigating to a certain destination, it'll say there's a slowdown in 10 mile in the next 5 minutes because there's an accident. There's a slowdown on the 99 going north or going south because of blah 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 blah. So it doesn't matter which navigation you use. It's going to always tell you what's going on. It's going to tell you there's construction, or there's an accident, or they're working, there's construction, or whatever they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So just realize, like, hey, you might like a certain navigation system, but us as drivers, we have the right to use what we want to use. You know what I'm saying? Uber, Lyft, or Doordash, or Postmates, they cannot tell us that we have to use this navigation system, because that's against the law. That's not, we are our own boss. You know what I'm saying? We do not work for Doordash or Postmates. We don't work for Uber or Lyft. So many people get confused when people ask me, "Oh, how much do you make for Uber? Do you work for Uber, this or that?" The people at Uber headquarters, like in the office, now they work for Uber. That's different. The drivers, Uber drivers, they actually don't work for Uber. Okay, because we file a 1099 at the end of the year. We do our own taxes. So we are independent contractors. We are our own boss. Obviously, there are certain guidelines we must follow. I mean, just because it's like, okay, you still got to treat the customers with respect. You still got to be nice to them. And that's just common knowledge. So, I mean, that's not an issue. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to, like, letting people in our own vehicle, most people that do Uber and Lyft, it's their own car. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, oh, this is an Uber car, this is a Lyft car, so I can do whatever I want, or this or that. You don't own this car. If you get into an Uber or Lyft, it's their car. You know what I'm saying? Whether they're renting it or not. The actual company Uber does not own vehicles. You know what I'm saying? I know they used to lease vehicles, but technically, if you lease a car, it's still your car. You're paying for it. So regardless of whether you're renting the car or whatever the heck, if you get into the vehicle, it's their property. It's their car. You know what I'm saying? So don't assume like, oh, this and that. Well, this is Uber's car. This is Lyft's car. This is blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you are stepping into our vehicle. We decided to pick you up. So yes, if we want to use Google Maps, we'll use Google Maps. If we don't provide chargers, that's on us. If it hurts our rating, well, some drivers, they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you can complain all you want. Why didn't you have a charger, this and that? Well, it's not required of us. It's not required of us to have a charger or an aux cable. It's not even required of us to turn on the radio. I mean, but when I do Uber and Lyft, I actually go above and beyond. So If you watch some of my older videos, I actually show proof of my rating. I'm a 4.9 with Uber, and with Lyft, I'm 5.0. That's because I'm a little more nicer. I'm a little more lenient, so I'm a little more understanding. I used to deliver food from other different companies. I used to be a waiter. I used to, I know how to, I used to be a telemarketer, so I know how to treat customers. I know I'm good at customer service, you know what I'm saying? But like when it comes down to like using a certain GPS or providing waters and snacks, that is not a requirement of us, you know what I'm saying? We can do whatever we want to do, you know what I'm saying? But obviously there's consequences, like, say you pick up some drunks and they're thirsty, you don't have water, and they might get mad, a little rowdy or whatever. But whatever, I mean, you don't have to. Many people, they don't provide that kind of stuff. I do. I provide waters and snacks and phone chargers, and that's why my rating's so good. So now if my ratings weren't that good, I would say, why am I providing this extra service if my rating isn't going to be high? Because if you're providing a 5-star, experience, like with waters and snacks and phone chargers and aux cable and all that kind of stuff, then your rating should be high as well. So, I mean, if my rating wasn't high, then that means I wouldn't be doing it anyways, you know what I'm saying? But since I do it, and I'm well compensated with tips and good ratings, I continue to do it because it helps my rating and it helps my tips. So yeah. So as far as that goes, I do it just because I like to have a high rating and I like to have tips, you know what I'm saying? So every time I provide a good service and I'm nice and polite to the customer, I always get a good rating. But now, if you do like a certain GPS, like say you really, really love Waze, honestly, just ask the driver, like, hey, I know you have your Google Maps on, but can I turn on my Waze? Can we follow my GPS? Just let the customer do it. Just go, if you're a driver and a customer's saying, well, can I use this? Well, hey, fine. Just let them use it. If you don't want them to, then that's fine. Say, hey, I am my own, I always stick to this GPS. I'm sorry, sir. I think it's the better way to go, and that's it. And if the customer gets really mad, then hey, he can start recording you. He can report you to Uber. I mean, the customer can do whatever he wants, but we can do whatever we want too. So to me, what I do is I just try to avoid conflict. If a customer really wants to go a certain way, I'll say, sure. Okay, sure. Or, okay, ma'am, no problem. Where do you want to go? I'll turn off my GPS so there's no confusion, But there are some times where I turn off my GPS or I'm listening to the customer and they're so slammed drunk or high that they don't even know what the hell's going on. So if they are drunk or high, or if it's late at night, I'll leave it on just in case. And if they're telling me go right, I'll speak up and say, hey, the GPS says go left, so are you sure about that? Because one time, this guy was so drunk, he kept passing out in my car. I picked him up in Petaluma, downtown, Kentucky Street. If you guys live over there, you know what I'm talking about. That area's popping. There's like a couple bars and one club. It's popping down there. You know what I'm saying? That's where everyone goes. If you live in Santa Rosa or, Roner Park, that's where everyone goes, to Petaluma. The bar's down on Kentucky Street. So like I was saying, I picked him up and I kept going down this road and we were going a far distance. And to me, I'm just like, hey, it's a surge. I don't really care. I think I made like $150 on that guy. But he kept passing out. So I'm like, hey, whatever. So we just kept going. We kept going. Finally, I'm like, hey, dude, do you live like by the ocean or something? And he was like, what? He woke up, he looked around, he said, we're in Bottega Bay. And I'm like, dude, I asked you so many times. He's like, why didn't you have it in your GPS? I'm like, dude, I asked you. Do you want me to put in the GPS? Do you want me to put in the navigate? I don't even know where he was going. He kept mumbling something about some bar, Horseshoe Bar or something. I'm like, dude, I'm not from the area. May I please put it in my phone? No, don't worry about it. I'll navigate you. So finally, he was upset, but I firmly but calmly, because I didn't want him kicking my ass or causing a problem, I firmly but calmly explained to him, sir, you did not give me an address. I don't know where we're going. So please stay awake so we can get there. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. I understand. It's not your fault. As long as you explain yourself and you're not violent or you don't raise your voice, there's going to be no problems. You know what I'm saying? The last thing you need on your hand is some crazy girl or some drunk dude trying to kick your ass or some crazy stuff. You don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I've seen crazy stories like that. I've never had a story like that because I always remain calm. I always speak to the customers like they're in the right, even though they might be wrong. And that's it. You know, I treat people with respect. I treat people nice and polite. And that's how I avoid conflict. So yeah, as independent contractors, we don't have to use Waze, we don't have to use Apple Maps, we don't have to use anything. You know, we can just go by what we think how to get there, you know what I'm saying? But then that might affect our rating. So personally, I use Google Maps just because I've never had issues and it takes you from point A to point B, and that's it. That's what I like to do. But like I was saying, us as independent contractors, we can choose whatever we want to choose, you know what I'm saying? So that's it, guys. That's all I want to talk about. This was a really quick video, but anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and if you like my channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. And guys, we'll see you next time. All right, bye.